So you mentioned earlier, Umkabayi Jama,
Yeah,
as well as other women that were in the royal house and how
yeah,
they were able to have influence, and
yeah,
to as with regard to Umkabayi, she was actually a kingmaker.
yeah,
So how, please tell us about the role and the influence of women in the Zulu kingdom, because usually when we talk about the history
mm,
in these kinds of situations, we focus perhaps too much on the male figures in the history, and
yeah,
we sort of neglect the role that women played. And I do know that
mm,
Umkabayi Jam, as well as perhaps the other women that were in the Zulu royal house,
yeah,
made significant contributions,
yeah,
albeit many of the contributions were sort of behind the scenes. But
yeah,
what was the role of women, especially the women in the Zulu royal house,
yeah,
in everything?
yeah. Well, the point is, in fact, I mean, Shaka began this, that he could deploy the women in the royal house to take command of the various Amakanda or military homesteads around the place. In other words, oh, you're back. In other words, he could use
Awesome.
them. He could use them as sort of viceroys, if you like, um, to take command of very important military homesteads, Amakanda. Um, he could use them, but sort of mainly behind the scenes. I mean, you've got the royal household, the Isigotlo. You've got um, neither Shaga nor Dingaan actually had any children, had married as such. But you have the women of the household who are there. You have the women who are perhaps widows of the previous rulers like Sinzanga Kona. And these are people, women you can trust. You can trust more than other men because they are of the royal household. So as I say, you can deploy them in positions of command. Um, in various sort of places around the kingdom. So instead of using your brothers or other chiefs or something, you can use these women in that particular position. But of course, these are the people in the ruler's Isigotlo who see him, who talk to him, who can advise him. So they're always there behind the scenes, making policy, helping him make decisions before he actually talks to his counselors and other people. So I think, as in any society where women don't have, if you like, an open dominant role, the part they can play behind the scenes with their men and their advice at home, so to speak, can be enormously important. Except, as I say, the Zulu kings actually deployed these women, likes of local chiefs, in very important homesteads and so on. I mean, so yeah, it's and as I say, when it comes to royal councils, when it comes to deciding on the next ruler, um, these women can also play a very important part in from behind the scenes, but advising, suggesting, encouraging, doing all of that kind of thing. Um, as I say, we tend to write them out of history, but they're there all the time. One can't forget that.